Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review, The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 2. You know what this episode was called? Hard Salt Beef. And I think that's very appropriate. I think that's very appropriate for the start.
Semi-hard salted beef.
Exactly. It's very semi-hard, Joe. Wow. What an episode. We'll get into this. We'll get to what everyone thinks, but in general, just the same kind of vibe in this episode. And again, we start off. I don't know if every intro is gonna have some ridiculous way we intro. Last episode, it was someone taking a dump. Today it was swinging. It was we got to see.
I love it.
We got to see his real sword, Joe. We got to see what he's been jousting with in the lists. But holy shit.
You can't get away from that kind of stuff. It's Game of Thrones. None of that stuff is unnecessary. That stuff is just life, right? Like, why not? Who cares? If it's unnecessary, it's not, then who cares that you saw it or didn't see it? What's the fucking difference?
It's the truth, Joe, and
it shouldn't be a big deal where anybody says unnecessary or I saw her penis or I saw someone's shit or titties or bush or any of that shit. Everybody's got this stuff. Everybody uses this stuff. Like, this stuff is just this stuff. Big fucking deal. The more shows, the more streaming services, the more all of it that just show it, the less they're going to be people that are like, oh, it's just unnecessary. Who the fuck cares? I don't mean to, keep harping on the unnecessary word that Chris Sensola. It's just the first one I read,
No, that's fine.
That's all. I love a swinging dick. I love full frontal male nudity on my TV and movies just as much as I love female full frontal nudity.
You're an equal opportunity.
The disparity between the two has gone on for so fucking long, that it's absolutely ridiculous. The amount of female nudity involved in the entertainment industry compared to the amount of male nudity. It's ridiculous. It needs to stop. There needs to be just as much male nudity as female nudity and more of both, in my opinion. It's never unnecessary. It's always warranted. Give me more.
So yeah, slap it right across Joe's face.
As far as I'm concerned, it's unnecessary that when you see a scene where two people have just made love or had sex, big deal, you don't need to really show anything, but then you want to show a scene where one of them gets out of bed after just fucking the shit out of this other person. They're like, oh, let me cinch up a fucking blanket all the way up to my throat so none of my body is showing as I walk into the fucking toilet. That shit is just fucking weird to me. The entire modesty bit about it all, after especially showing semi-graphic scenes or even if you cut away early, it doesn't matter. It's just ridiculous. So the blankets that are very obviously taped or glued to bodies and shit, or hair that is perfectly placed, that shit is annoying. It is very much it pulls me right out of any fucking moment. Show him walking out. He's telling a story about this guy. Dude got a big fucking fake ass, flaccid, hard penis.
I love the beginning too about how it's counterbalancing the reality of who he is versus how Duncan's trying to sell him and showing all of that. Apulia, coming to visit Phil for a taste of Westeros, just like old times, the old magic. It's great to have you and great to have everyone in the live chat. Welcome. This was Joe Dirty Glucks's Sex Minute at the beginning of our show today. Thank you, Ian. But welcome to the show, everybody. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, share this stuff out. If you're listening to the podcast, give us, tell us what you think, and thank you for checking it out. We're on episode 2 here of Dunk and Egg, and I mean, we slapped it right across our face here at the beginning. This episode opens up again with, I think, showing. But some people may think and may look at some of these things, Joe. I'm kind of with you. I'm going to your dark side of some of this stuff that isn't just for shock value humor. It's also to show the rawness and the dirtiness of this side of this world. That this dude is real hanging dong, walking outside. This is who he really is. He's a drunk, and it kind of leads into the big gigantic conclusion or big emotional conclusion we have at the end of the episode with Dunk and Egg talking, where he's like, yeah, no, this dude's where we dealing with Dunk's insecurity about all of this. that he has to oversell this guy and what he really is, and this guy worked his whole life, helping out bigger houses, and no one ever fucking remembers him. I'm not even sure if the Targaryen really remembered him, or if that was just him sort of helping
No, I
Dunk
think he
up.
did.
You
I
think he did?
Absolutely did.
You
Yep.
think he did?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that guy seemed like a nice guy.
For the same reason why Egg knows who he knows and what he knows.
Yeah, Egg knows a lot.
Right? For the same reason why Stark is teaching Arya and Brandon about all the fucking sigils and all the banners and all the houses and who belongs to what and what they do. Because all that shit to these houses, that's the important stuff. That's the shit that lets you walk into a fucking getting yourself stabbed at a red wedding or not. Right? Like, who's going to be there? Why are they going to be there? Like, all of that stuff is very important to the guys at the top. And so I do believe that Targaryen remembers everybody he's fucking jousting with, especially if he got a fucking 4 lances.
7. Oh, no, it was really 4. It was really 5. Right. Let's get into the live chat a little bit. Jackie says, my friend's grandpa would just whip it out and pee just like last year. Mako and Baelor are both fantastic so far. Need to see a bit more from Aerion. I definitely like all the Targaryen appearances, and we're going to get into those. I'm still learning people's names, even though I know the stories, so I might not get people's names right, or I might say, hey, this dude or that dude. But I very much like what we saw with those Targaryens and that sort of meeting between all of them tonight. Chris says, I guess they could have done it in a more natural way. I just felt like they didn't do it. Like that the penis was a little bit too...
The penis looked fake as hell.
It did look like a prosthetic penis. It did.
Like even the bush looked fake. The penis looked fake.
Was that digital?
As soon as I saw it, I was like fake penis. But like, I don't care that it's necessarily fake. I care that they showed it in the first place, which I'm happy about.
Fair.
They'll get better.
I mean, they did it with
get better.
They did it with fake Joffrey's when he had genital warts in the main series. Like a scene just started. Anyways, so there are no dog. Yeah, I like when he barked at him too. That was pretty freaking hilarious. John Haymaker. A lot of people are thirsty after that opening scene. It didn't upset me or anything like that. Or didn't upset, as Chris said, didn't upset me whatsoever. It was just whatever. Honestly, I thought it was.
It looked weird.
It looked weird. I just thought it was like the way it walked in. It took me a second. I'm like, wait, is that real? Like,
oh wait, it walked in. Yep, exactly.
Is that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer down there or something? Whoa, that's a very shiny nose. Whoa.
I didn't know they had elephants in Westeros.
Yeah, let's see if it grows. We're finally seeing the elephants that Cersei wanted from she was demanding the Golden Company brought in. The elephants have finally been delivered to Westeros, everybody. Great show, but overall, again, I'm gonna say we could end the podcast with right after what Sonic just said. Great show, I really like it overall, and it's a nice little show, Joe, and I don't mean that to say in an insulting way. I mean that in the way that the Enterprise complimented the Defiant, like tough little ship. Like it's a good little show. It's.
I think if you like this as a show coming out weekly and you're still entertained week after week, this is going to be, at the end of the season, a great binge watch.
Yeah, absolutely. They also foreshadowed some stuff in this episode that if you've seen the preview, you kind of know where this is going, but I don't want to say it out loud because they basically spoiled the whole series in the preview, in the trailer for the season, but whatever. But they show, one thing I really, really loved, and something I can't get over, Joe, that a couple people have been saying between the episodes that I saw online that I never thought about, even though I've read the short story. They're referring to the story of Dunk and Egg just as basically the Knight's Tale. Like the Heath Ledger Knight's Tale movie.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I'm like, oh my God, it actually kind of, they totally got influenced by that. But anyway, or the movie got influenced by George. I don't know what the timetable was, but that's what I'm willing to bet it was the other, it was that way. But what I thought was really cool was the way that the jousting was filmed in this episode. I thought that was one of the coolest visual ways I've seen jousting like that presented on screen. It just was done in a really, really effective visual way to put me viscerally in the moment, Joe. And action isn't heavy on this show, but when they've done it and they have those moments, they really know how to hit it hard. And at least I got that kind of feel. I don't know if you got the same vibe from that, from the lists, from the jousting scene. I was like, I got into it. I was a little high on that scene.
I definitely enjoyed it. I thought there was some good stuff, and I actually really enjoyed Egg's reaction, his like bloodthirsty curdles
Yeah,
and
dude.
shit. Like,
Dude, he's fucking good.
I loved Duncan, his change in affect as the scene progressed, as the tournament was underway.
Kind of
like
seeing
that.
his fear come over him as he realizes what he's actually in. And let's get into the live chat. We got a super chat. We got our first super chat of the evening from Pac-Man 15. Thank you, Pac-Man. You are incredible. We got classic EverQuest. We got the amazing Red Lipstick Club, who says hung is an understatement. We got Julia Dawn. I'm guessing now that there is a running gag where the show shows something unnecessary in the first 2 minutes. That's what I was saying earlier. Now that we're 2 for 2, I bet every episode has some sort of body humor joke in the first few situations.
Oh God, I hope so.
Egg got him hyped up all the way, doing it. Oh my goodness, Tony Pajamas! Tony Pajamas, the greatest name in all of YouTube in the live chat. Bobcat Driver says, The Knight's Tale came out in 2001. The Hedge Knight was released in 1998, so A Knight's Tale went into production hot on the heels of this book release. Coincidence? I think not. That's a very funky coincidence right there, Bobcat Driver. And thank you, as always, for our listeners being the best crew. You know, we're a very poor put together this production with duct tape and the dog shit, but ultimately our crew is you guys in the live chat who can fact check us or also make us look like fools because we'll believe whatever you write. So thank you. Pac-Man again with another super chat. Holy shit, Pac. Thank you so much. You don't realize how much this helps. It helps keep the lights on, dude. This show has an easy nature to itself. And that's honestly something I wanted to say. Again, I kind of was hinting at when I'm implying a good little show, Dr. Evil, I mean Joe. Now, Mr. Wigglesworth, I mean Nastasio. So this show just, it doesn't, you know that stupid joke in Family Guy where it's like The Godfather, it insists upon itself. This show does not insist upon itself. This show is just an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl kind of thing. It's floating in the air like the balloons coming off Tim Curry in It. You know, it's just like
it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to establish anything except for its characters. All of that's been done, right? Like, if you don't know who the Targaryens are and you're watching this show, like, that's suspect.
Yes.
And
yes.
technically, you now know who they are. They're the fucking kings. So, like, who cares about any of the other shit? It's not about that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of world building that this show gets to skip right over.
Yep, and just get into the actual story of it. And that's something I think a lot of other franchises haven't taken advantage of, and they reset a lot. I'm talking to you, Star Wars.
And like, Batman and
Batman like, and Spider-Man.
And Superman, like that want to tell an origin story over and over and over again.
Yeah, this is like, we don't need to do that shit. Oh, great to have. And I think I'm just about to read his text message to the amazing Antoine Thomas in the live chat. Good to be back at the Targaryen dynasty. I knew the Targaryens show up. We got Antoine showing up. Antoine says, it's great to see King's Landing again. It's like with Dunk and Egg returning to stay at Dragonstone, having my suitcase taken upstairs to the guest room, sitting on a bed, a night of myself reading a book of the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. The fireplace is full of nice fire. No women just trying to sleep. Sir Duncan the Tall with the future king and these adventures. I'm down to lay in these pillows and looking for the next morning where the sun is out. Joe Dirty Locks is like John Wick and Dragonstone is like the Continental. I'm like John Wick coming back to the Seven Kingdoms. I love the Targaryen dynasty. John Haymaker's awesome too. Antoine Thomas, you're so incredibly awesome. Thank you so much for the text message and all the support you've given us over the bloody years. If anyone wants to, if I'm missing your chat or you want to call and leave us a voicemail or call in or text, you can do that at 781-990-8509. And in fact, if you're listening to this way after the fact and you're listening to the podcast or watching this video later, you can also call in that number and leave us a voicemail and we'll listen to it at a later date at 781-990-8509. We got Tracy G says, okay, I'll give this a shot. Now, Tracy is almost as hard on things as Joe, but possibly harder on things than Joe is. So we'll see. So if this is warm the Grinch Joe's heart, Tracy, there might be a chance that you like this show too, because you and Joe are usually locked in your mutual hate for
Don't
things.
expect, yeah. So if you're going into it, expect Westeros, expect HBO, but expect also like a lot softer of a show is I guess what everybody's saying, and I guess that's a great way to explain it.
Yeah, it's just
It's
easy.
it's about a hedge night. It's not about all the political drama. It's about him trying to win tournaments, make money, be an honorable guy. You're not going to be introduced to a whole lot of characters that you need to remember and know who they are. Like I said before, the world building is all done for you previously from the other two shows, so you don't need any of that. All you need to know is that you got two guys showing up for a tournament, and there's a bunch of lords around that are in the tournament.
Yeah.
Who really cares who they are or what their fucking names are?
Not at this point.
Much of that is important.
No,
but
not to this story. It's not as important to this story right now.
Right.
And,
but like you'll get to know them just like in any show.
Yeah.
It's got some good comedic elements. The banter between Dunk and Egg is actually really good.
It's been really good so far. It's been actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Much better than I thought it was going to be.
I was afraid it was going to be way too cheesy.
Well, here's the thing. I think they're doing a good job remembering that even though it's a kid, it's a Westerosi fucking kid.
Yes.
It's not a kid from fucking, Midwest, somewhere right now.
Oh my god.
Like it's not a kid that like can't hear cunt or this or that will say these words. Like, yes, he's proper. Yes, he's got a certain thing about him because of because of backstories. But like you get some great banter, and you know that nothing has to be Disney as far as like the kid is concerned, or what he can see or hear or say.
Yes, 100%. And I think he has more teeth than the average cheesy kid.
He's gonna have much more.
Yes. And he showed it already a little bit in this episode.
And it's not coming off either like I'm being told to act like.
Yeah, it's not coming off.
Like, too often they make a kid on a show act bratty, act like
yes.
a bratty little kid.
It's
like,
it's not coming off like Cousin Oliver being added to the Brady Bunch or something like that. There's better examples, but that's the first one I thought of, so that's where we'll go.
It's not coming off like that other HBO zombie show.
I was going to mention that, but I'm avoiding talking about it too much. Which you could say we don't have to talk about that yet. So I don't know, when Dunk was flirting, all I heard was Smooth Operator theme music playing, says Peter Griffin. Tracy says, "Okay, I'll check it out as long as it's better than Pluribus." Okay, Tracy.
Yes, it's much better because like Phil mentioned earlier, it does not insist upon
okay,
itself.
okay. Let's get up. Celeste Baratheon says, "Anyone catch the continuity error? There's a reason you quit the Pluribus live stream." Celeste says, after they gave the shield to Tansel, he went to Steely Pate with a shield. Oh, okay, that's tough. Ed is a real rascal, and yes, but fortunately for season 3, they've announced that we have a different lead actress for season 3 of The Last of Us, Joe.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's an obvious. They just announced that the actress that plays Abby is going to be considered the lead in season 3. So they're dragging this thing out as long as possible. So we're probably not going to see a lot of those two in this season, and it's going to be a whole Abby season, and then we're going to get anyway. Forget it. I'm sorry, anybody. Well, we're changing the subject. We're going back. I don't want Joe to explode. Red Lipstick Club says, "It's the big and little duo that this isn't annoying just to be annoying. As a reminder, they're young. Not all young kids are annoying." Absolutely. They actually have an interesting balance, and the dialogue is fun between them, especially as we're learning more about the two characters. And I think some of this, to Joe's point, when you see this whole series, going back and binge watching the whole thing is going to be fun to kind of watch, almost like a video game you played through and you want to go watch the clues for the end of the video game. There's some stuff that's going to be fun to kind of do a re-look at this season, and I think it's already. It's going to be interesting on a few different levels for people as some of the things gets discovered all the way. Chris says, Phil, watching you right now, how is it going? Joe, are we going to see Aemon in this series? Yes. I assume we're going to see. I don't remember the book enough to say, like, I know exactly when he's coming, but I remember Aemon being in it at some point in time, and I think he's in this first one. I think he shows up at the end, but again, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but whatever. Like, that's just a basic question. I'm not going to say how he comes into the story, what exactly happens, but I'm pretty sure Aemon is in this story at some point. And people that don't know who we're talking about, Maester Aemon from Egg, I remember. I was old. I had a dream. I was old. Master Aemon from the Night's Watch in the original series. He does make an appearance at some point in time. Yes, the winter storm effect is big time. It's no joke. It's like 20 inches of snow out there, and it's still snowing. It's no fucking joke. It's I don't know if I could do the recap dance because I shuffled a bit, but it's pretty nasty out there. It's no joke. If I could bring a camera outside for a late night experience of this, I would, but I'm not going to do that because it's fucking cold. I was sad too. Storm, 7 inches of snow here, and has nothing to do with Sir Arlen. Oh, Jackie say, yeah. There we go, Jackie C. 2 points for Gryffindor on that one. That was beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Daryl. That was my horrible. I'm no Walking David. No, egg. I had a dream. I was old. Okay. Yes, Celeste Baratheon. Yes, this snow is dog. See, I read that as yes, this show is dog shit. I was like, wait a minute. No, it isn't. But yes, this snow is dog shit. Peter Griffin says, I know the show always ages them up. Dunk is 16. How old you're guessing he is in the show? Like 21. I would say early 20s, right? Yeah. He comes off to me like 24 to 25-ish in that early to mid 20s areas. I don't know. Would you agree with that, Joe?
Yeah.
Egg is but Egg says he's small for his age too. They're bonding very quick, and I know it happens that way in the story too, but they're melting into their odd couple kind of vibe very, very quickly and very naturally. And I definitely dig. I would say the only Joe, what I'm about to say now goes back to something you said last week, and I almost need you to say to me what I said to you last week. The only thing that bothered me about this episode is it ended too soon.
Yeah.
And like,
I agree.
I would rather this be one 5-hour movie or whatever it is than like, what do we got? We got 6 episodes, 30 minutes an episode. Do the math for me, everyone. 3 hours. 3 hours. I would rather this be one 3-hour movie.
Me too.
Or 3.5 hours or whatever. Like, cause you had
and you
10 minutes.
know that their runtime includes each and every single one of like
the previews and all that. Do they? Like, because I was looking at the bottom, it was 39 for all the previews and all that sort of stuff. So I think the episode was like 35 or 6 minutes. So I don't think they are counting for all of that. I think their episode runtime was 30 something.
Yeah, but I'd rather watch an extra long movie. I've sat through many extra long movies, and 3 hours is fine.
3 hours would be nothing, dude. Like. Yeah. Make it 3 hours and 20 minutes or something like that to add to some incidental time or some stuff like that. I would rather have watched a 3-hour movie rather than have this separated into little half-an-hour bits and have to wait a week for another half-an-hour bit. If I'm complaining about anything, and this is a minor thing because of what I said last week, it's okay to have me wanting more at the end of every episode.
I would have loved it if they had made 2 hour-and-a-half long movies and released them both at the same time in the theater. I'd have gone to the movie theater, paid a ticket for both of them.
Joe, I would have gone with you and we'd have done a review right afterwards. Or there's many other ways you could have done this. There's 6 episodes. You could have released this over 3 weeks, a 3-hour long, 3 big packed hours or something like that if you want to stretch it out a little bit longer. Don't get me wrong. I like that we're going to get to talk about this for 6 weeks and come out and get to talk to you awesome folks about Westeros stuff and not have to talk about House of the Dragon because Joe doesn't want to talk about that. So I'm excited to be able to talk about Westeros with Joe again. But it doesn't. I would still and again, if this is that's my minor complaint, which isn't a complaint about the quality of the show. It's just the quality of the distribution choice. And because I think 6 weeks is too much of a Sir Arlen tease. Like it's too much of a swinging D tease. But if you do it as a big 3-hour movie, it feels really packed. Instead, each week I feel like at the end of this episode, I was like, okay, we're getting started. Oh, okay.
Yeah, makes you want to watch like every week, do a rewatch just so that new episode will feel longer.
Exactly. And if we weren't doing this, I would pause and binge watch it all in one burst. I'm actually jealous of the people that got screeners for this just because they got to watch it all in one shot. Because I feel like it probably...
You're gonna put into HBO again.
I know I didn't request this time, but not that they'd give it to me anyway. But I did not request. Let's go in the live chat because I like sharing it with the people, Joe. I like watching it week to week because I don't know where this story is going. Whatever. This episode was 31 minutes without the credits and the extra stuff. That's too short of a time to play in Westeros. I want to play in Westeros in an episode for a minimum of 45 minutes to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a very, very minor complaint because there's nothing they could do with the story unless they just gave us less episodes. And I think I would have rather less episodes rather than more weeks. Or like you were saying, 2 hour-and-a-half movies, but you're not.
Or just longer episodes, 6 1-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Give me that.
But they couldn't. If they did that, they would have had to fill it out with more stuff that isn't necessarily in the source material, and then you would have risked.
Yeah, no, I heard that too, but I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, considering the type of show that it's inherently can be.
No, I hear you. And Iron Throne says it perfectly. 6 episodes equals 2 months of paid subscriptions. Absolutely.
2 months of paid subscriptions is about the same as 2 movie tickets.
Fair, and they could have done both too. They could have broadcasted got people to get subscriptions to buy it, and then showed it in the movies, and double fisted it. But we'll see. John Haymaker, who just gave us a dime bag of support, asks us a question: Seahawks or Pats? Now, do you mean like our realistic?
Realistically, Pats.
Realistic.
Fan-wise, Pats.
Feeling-wise, the Pats, because we're obviously located in Boston area. Realistic-wise, the Seahawks have a much better team. It'll be a big.
The Seahawks have let up so many fucking points. Yeah, they have an explosive offense, but their defense is trash.
We'll see. We'll see, Joe.
The Patriots' defense is going to prove harder for the Seahawks than the Seahawks' defense.
Joe, the only.
That's all I think.
Joe, the only thing hard tonight is Sir Arlen getting the semi. So 10 minutes of just showing pictures from the set. Seahawks and Pats. I was just going to... Antoine. Sorry, Antoine. I'm trying to read your screen name out loud, and I'm just like, you're Antoine. I feel funny with the passing through the Blackfire Rebellion without knowing who Lara Rojar and who Viserys' second wife is. They did sort of just yada yada Blackfire stuff with Egg being like, yes, die, you Blackfire scum. Like, is that all we're ever going to get for the Blackfire Rebellion stuff? But it was kind of a cool passing reference in that mode. Don't worry, Jackie C. I quickly moved things on from sports ball. But I understand the financial reasons, and that's kind of impossible in HBO. What was the first part of what Bob said? Yeah, I would agree with that. It is tough. HBO needs to make their money, but in Game of Thrones has always also been a television series at this point. Whatever the first Game of Thrones movie is a test more than anything. So I get them maybe being apprehensive about doing that. Movies aren't as successful these days as they used to be. Even if you just put a big budget thing together, it has to hit the right magic moment of connection, like Barbie did, or this movie did, or that. Like certain movies just touch the zeitgeist of the moment. But people don't just go to the theater anymore to see a big budget action thing, and they want to stay at home and watch these things on their big televisions on your 100-inch screen or your 60-inch screen or your 45, whatever you got. And eat your popcorn and smoke your stuff at home and not pay $78 for a popcorn. I can pay 99 cents and get some Orville de Rettenbacher in the microwave and I'm fine. Or get a little twisty pop thing and I'm not paying $78 for popcorn. But so I get them maybe being apprehensive about doing that test on this one. For me, it would have just been fun if they did one big like 3-hour mini or like 3 big hours over 3 nights on HBO.
But yeah, it is going to be fun either fucking way.
Yes, it is fun either way, and it's going to be amazing to kind of do a rewatch of it either way after the fact. But I think the problem I am talking of, Joe, and as I said, it's a good problem to have. And also the best problem to have is when we go into our recap! Okay. Let's get into this recap, Joe.
All right. Starts out with a big lance and it ends with a broken one.
It really does. It definitely starts with a big swinging lance. I love how my dog just doesn't give a fuck about the recap. He's just like, yeah. Screw you. I'm not getting up for this.
No.
Okay. So, I'll be fine if the House of the Dragon got canceled and they put all their focus on
Fuck yeah,
the show.
they made this an hour-long fucking episodic. Like,
But they
who gives a shit about last week? Fucking.
I don't want to talk about the gigantic elephant in the room, but we're in the same situation with this series that we were in the main Game of Thrones series. George has written 3 of these. He has an idea for 12 to 15 of them, or whatever it is, and after 3 seasons, we're out of George's material. But fortunately, he gave them an outline for how it finishes.
Yeah, and this should, like...
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that this show is better framed to use an outline to write seasons
than any of the other shit, because there's so much intricacy and play going on in the others that you need... It apparently needs his input.
No, fair.
Whereas this does not have that kind of intricacy. And
right. If you have the bullet points of a story, it'd be easier to stitch together. Especially if you have 3 seasons of backup of knowing how it's written and the dialogue's written and all that kind of stuff. And George is sitting in there in the writer's room and being a part of it because they're not ousting him the way that Dan and Dave did. Whatever. Well, we don't have to talk about that before. Nonfiction, I said I had to stop. I had to finish watching. I fell asleep. That's the other minor thing that bothers me about this show, and it doesn't bother me. It only bothers me because I'm 78 years old, is that I have to wait till 10 o'clock to watch the episode. Like,
yep.
It's not that. It's just I expect in my brain to be watching Game of Thrones at 9 o'clock. So when 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, why isn't it on? What the fuck? And then I have to wait, and that hour from 9 to 10 lasts very, very long. Very, very long, like something we're going to talk about in a second. They could add more sex is violence. I thought the fish guy was a Tully. Fish guy was a Tully, Lord Medgar. Thank you, Bobcat, and any of the Game of Thrones experts in the live chat that are going to help us with names and who people are, because I don't necessarily know, and I appreciate that. Oh my freaking goodness. Apulia gives up with a $20 super chat donation. Toast to Apulia. Here you go. Toast to you, my friend. Thank you so much for that. Cannot thank you enough for that super chat. You are incredible. It means more than you know. Joe Dirty Locks, how much you have in your book collection of The Song of Ice and Fire, but I have mine in the attic, so get that out on ebook. George R. R. Martin should come out with book 6. Way too much content, but why would you watch anyone but... Oh, thank you, Julia. You're the best. Thank you. Tell that to everyone. I'm going to send you your check for proper advertisement. I know there's so many bigger channels and other people talking right now, so any of you folks that are sitting in here with us right now, we appreciate you more than anything. And Apulia, that is incredible. I'm going to take a second fucking drink just for you. Okay, so we open up with no theme in a hut with the old dude naked and Dunk with his voiceover and his cock taking a piss. Now, that's basically how... I mean, we've talked about this. Most of the beginning part of our show has been talking about this scene, but it's there. It's probably going to get a lot of the attention from most of the people talking about this episode. The people that want to hate on this show are going to easily focus on, right, there's too much cock slapping you across the face at the beginning here.
Yep.
But
why do they always have to push all this nudity and stuff on us?
Right, exactly. Oh, but I didn't mind the boobies. The boobies are fine, but no cock. I mean, whatever. It's a fair trade-off, like whatever. Keep things even. It's no worse than I used to see it the YMCA when I was at summer camp. Like what the fuck, like. Those old dudes had no shame in there. It's like they're just sitting there in the gym like this. They don't care. They're doing the Burt Reynolds laying across the table, Joe. They don't give a fuck in the gym. You go to the above ground pool parties when you're younger. That's a fucking mess, dude. Okay, anyways, but Apulia, I cannot thank you enough for that. I agree, Daryl. People are gonna rant on that opening so much. Bud, I saw you in Gray area here like 2 years ago. I love your show. I'm from North Toronto, a small town called Pentagang. I'll be here every week watching you. Thank you so much. And Gray,
I have a good friend in Muskoka.
And Gray area is one of the most amazing people. She was so incredible to me in Nashville. Her and Tony saved my ass in so many ways. I've told this story before. I'll tell it again sometime. But Gray is amazing people. And it's great to see you. And thank you for jumping on in here and joining us every week. It's not TV, it's HBO. Exactly. If you're the network that's had Oz, none of this is surprising you. Like this is nothing. This is nothing. Turn on 5 minutes of Oz. If you were horrified by the peen at the beginning of this episode, I dare you to watch a season of Oz.
Right.
Dun 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 dun. I'm hearing the music in my fucking head, Joe. Okay. In the next on preview for the whole season, we see young Dunk picking over the aftermath of a battle, which is probably the Red Grass Field, the biggest fire of the first Blackfire Rebellion. So perhaps we might see some more flashbacks and stuff of Blackfire Rebellion stuff. Okay, so we open up, we see Dunk with a very serious voiceover about how he's like talking up the night to other people. And we get into the quick intro after the big dick swinging. We see Sir Pennytree, who we hear Dunk is just being like, just everything amazing he's saying about him doesn't match who he really is. He's having to try to sell him to all these high lords to try to remember him instead of talking about who he really was, Joe. And I think that's part of the framing mechanism of what Dunk is stuck in here, and the struggle that you're dealing with, and with the misbalance between the way he's not looking at himself in the same level as some of these folks. But I think it was a wonderful contrast of seeing these scenes of who he really was versus the scenes of what Dunk was saying. I thought that was excellently done, and really well edited and fun. And
but Dunk saw it all and like knows that both are true.
Yes.
Like the guy was every bit a knight, but he was also every bit a guy.
Yeah, very, very much. Pac-Man with another super chat. Pac-Man and Apulia are keeping the lights on tonight. Thank you so much. Oz, Sodomy, and Ernie Hudson. You gotta love it. Yes, there's nothing better than you get a Ghostbuster in Sodomy and half of the cast from Law and Order, and you got Oz.
Yeah, right.
You get the whole SVU cast. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so Dunk is like a child who sees Superman's dad getting beaten arm wrestling. If he was allowed to use a big cock, he would have won every tournament. Dunk is a great actor as well. He does. For some reason, the look on the actor's face sometimes reminds me of Ramsey's face. Like he doesn't look anything like Ramsey. Like their bodies are nothing like. One's like 6'5", one's like 5'2", but like there's something about their faces that strangely, and people will be like, I'm crazy. I'm sure no one else sees that, but he looks a little bit like Ramsey to me sometimes, or the actor that plays Ramsey.
Yep.
Okay, so we cut to Egg talking shit. Like, all these people don't know who your master is. Was your master shit? Was that why everyone doesn't know who he is? And this is where we get into what you were saying.
If you want to just go back to the camp right now, go for it. No, I'm not going to abandon you as you recount the death of your master over and over and over again.
And he says it with such a deadpan delivery that it works so well.
Hilarious.
Dude,
awesome.
Dude, he's relentless. Like,
Yep.
One thing about Egg in the book, and I'm glad they're capturing it, he's relentlessly vicious to Dunk. And I like in the first episode they made it seem like Dunk is going to be a little bit more of a dictator, but no. Like in the book, the thing I remember most about the book is that Egg is just like eviscerating Dunk through the whole thing. Like, you idiot, dude. Dunk, you idiot.
He hasn't ever really had to hold his tongue, being this little tiny fucking boy who's going to beat up this frail little kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Egg is savage in the best way possible. Like he's doing it in a way to try to help Dunk, because like you said, Joe, Dunk hasn't been around all of this stuff, and Egg is the one. Egg is somebody that just doesn't have a lot of. What were you say, Joe?
Dunk's been around it, but it's that he's been around it from the outside looking in.
Yes.
Like, he goes from castle to castle. He's got a hedge knight. The hedge knight is in service for battles and at tournaments and all this shit. So he sees what his hedge knight does, but he sees it from a distance. Grab the horses, go feed the horses, go polish my armor, go sharpen my sword, go fucking cook dinner, go do this, go do that, go get the horses ready. Like, all that stuff Dunk's out doing, but like, he's also like seeing everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but I think Dunk has a little bit Dunk has a little bit more of a natural reference, not that, like, deference to the knights, into the magic that's involved with the knights being like royalty and special. Like, Egg calls him out on it. Why do you sniff all these dudes' farts? What do you like? Why are you like so affected by what the rich folks and
all these lords
think? They shit like everybody. Like, essentially that's what he's saying to him. And I think Egg, even though he's at the same station where Dunk is in life, he has an ability to not look at these people like they're as big on a pedestal as Dunk is, for whatever reason that we'll see as time goes on. Egg just looks at these people like, no, this dude's a shit. This dude's a shit too. Fuck this shit dude too. Like, don't worry about this guy. And he can already see that Dunk has a good heart in all of that. So he's trying to sort of toughen him up, kid. Hey, kid,
it's basically
it's reversed. It's like he's trying to rough up the big guy. Like, come on, dude.
So Dunk also seems like he's a little bit not Dunk. Egg seems like he's a little educated, right, with words he's using and things like this, right? So
a little bit.
The way he's able to talk around a little bit, he seems a little bit more educated, right? So it almost seems like he might have read a book or two or reading.
Yeah, maybe. There's this kid.
Right? Did he say something about it?
Yeah, maybe he read a book or something, Joe. I don't know.
Like, if those things are the case, then like he's seeing Dunk look at, these tournaments and these people like he's reading a book.
Yes. Now, sorry about the Doug. I might call Doug a few times tonight. Apulio says, did you notice that Egg's reaction when he saw those banners? He didn't want to be recognized. I don't know. Maybe he committed a crime against House Targaryen or something, because he did.
Oh, no. Immediately he was like, no, I want to go.
Maybe I got a piece out of here. Yeah, there was
maybe
a little
I
something.
Should leave.
Like, I don't know if he pissed off the wrong person. Maybe he squired for somebody before and failed, and somebody has an issue with him, so he's trying to hide from that whole family. There's some hinkiness going on there, Joe, for sure. I smell some shit in there. I'm not sure. Do I smell the shit? I smell some shit in there somewhere.
There's something wafting through the air.
Yeah, there's someone's
right now.
There's someone's silent but deadly odor that has wafted, Joe. That's the correct word. That's the correct expression. Doug the Tall. Now he's read the Game of Thrones books. Yeah, Joe is egg-ducated.
Yep.
Thank you. I tried to say this. And yes, Daryl, it is very refreshing to see Joe enjoy Game of Thrones universe again. Although there's a reason why he hasn't showed up on any House of the Dragon show. I don't think he wants to make anyone feel anyway about anything. So Egg is like, so we cut to Egg talking shit. He's like, was your master shit? No. He's like, all these dudes think you're a joke telling your fucking story. Egg is like, fuck this shit. Just ride in there and beat their ass. You're a knight. Why do you treat these rich folks like their shit doesn't stink? Like, basically, he's like, you're big, you're tough. You think you can beat all these guys? Just go there and fight. Why you need their approval first? Just show up. They'll let you fight.
Yep.
And Dunk's like, whoa, I need respect. I need to be invited.
No. walk in, choose one, and punch him in the fucking jaw.
Yeah.
They'll let you in.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, we got the amazing Edward Martin. Oh man, what you packing? Oh yeah, that dude was packing a rocket in his pocket, staying cool, man. Hip Easy does it. He's got a big giant cock, man. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost the script there. But yes, great to see Edward Martin in the live chat. One of the most positive energy, awesome folks that supports all of us amazing folks that do this stuff. So Edward, you are unbelievably cool. Sonic, your boy, we'll talk about that at a later date. Dunk always gets dunked on, especially by Egg. And I think, but Egg sort of Egg treats Dunk like you treated me when we first met each other. like I'm going to protect you. You know, you're going to get yourself into trouble. You know, little guy, come on, big guy. Not that I was bigger, not that you were smaller than me. It was the other way around, but you're very much like, Phil, now that we're friends, I gotta train you.
I was like both Dunk and Egg.
Yes. It was like, okay, let's go to a party and have somebody not want to kill you by the end of the party. So let's figure out how to do that. Who was the Lannister mentored? It was Daemon Lannister. Was that the name? The Gray.
Well, there was a few.
The Gray
Lannisters.
Lion. But there was a specific one mentioned, I believe, was called the Gray Lion. Daemon Lannister.
Yes, the Lannister. Yes, Daemon Lannister.
Yes, which I assume is a Targaryen Lannister. Yeah, I think it was.
Wasn't a Daemon Targaryen?
But that's why I think my brain auto-corrected to Daemon Targaryen. But I'm pretty sure that he said that's why it was Daemon Lannister. In my head, it was Daemon Lannister. People in the live chat can correct in the comments later can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that was the Lannister mentioned, Chris. So Dunk says he'll find someone to vouch for him. And then, bam, the Targaryen flags come out. Daryl Lannister. Thank you, Sonic, your boy. Who would want to kill...
Brother Daryl.
Brother Daryl. This is my third brother, Daryl Lannister. Thank you. It's Daryl Lannister. Who would want to kill Phil? Jackie C. Many people. I hinted at this the other night on Tony's too. Joe bailed me out of a bunch of situations where I'm at a party and some gentleman or so wants to beat me up for whatever reason. And
no, that never really.
Couple times.
Don't let him fool you. I've never had to
with a couple
talk
times.
anyone down. No, what?
Burnsy.
Nah.
Yeah, at Brenda's house outside when he came there to find me, you and Matt had a talk with him outside to protect me in that situation. You might not remember that, but that definitely happened. There was another situation at a party we were at in Lynn where I was talking to this girl Jen, and then there was another party where I was talking to this girl Lisa where you bailed me out of too. But whatever, that's beside the point. You were drunk and don't remember such things, but I remember such things. They did happen. Anyways, different subject altogether. So bam, I
don't remember any of it.
You don't remember any of that, really?
I vaguely remember Mike, but
you don't. Anyways, whatever.
Do tell about these other two.
I will. I'll tell you. You remember the Burns situation. You don't remember the other two?
No. I don't even recognize the names.
We'll get one was at the Bottolato house. But anyway, it was at a Bottolato party. But anyway, where people are turning off the radio as they speak. No one wants to hear about Phil and Joe's excellent adventure right now. They'd rather hear about the times I bailed you out on the basketball court, which.
You mean because I was getting double and triple covered, I had to fail a pass out to you to get clear for a second?
You mean, and I actually hit a shot? You mean the?
You mean to pass it right back to me so I could
the three
give and go?
Okay, dunk. Okay, you fucking dunk the lunk.
Like a give and go to get me away from three defenders.
What a douchebag. Okay, so that's in fairness, Daryl, that's every one of our shows. If Joe had joined Nick and I for the 3-hour pluribus finale, that would have been
God, you would have been off.
I couldn't imagine where that show.
A 9-hour
Yeah,
finale.
I couldn't imagine where that show would have gone, Joe. Okay, anyway, so the Targaryen flags come out, and it's like the egg hunt for Duncan Egg. I wish I could play that show that image you just created, Antoine, but that's fucking beautiful. It's Antoine at Dragonstone smoking some good green stuff with one of the with a young Targaryen woman. Puff, puff, pass, pass, man. The guy who played Lionel Baratheon can play Phil in the movie. I'll approve of that. His beard needs to go a little bit more gray. I have about another couple of weeks before I have the Santa Claus beard.
Jared Stidham could play you.
I think someone that needs to play Santa Claus, someone that has like a big Santa Claus beard. But anyways, okay. So we Bam Targaryen's flag come out and Egg gets a little weird, and Dunk gets an idea. And he tells Egg that, here, take after yourself, watch the stuff, don't steal from me, or I'll hunt you down with dogs. But you don't have dogs, sir. I'll find some. Woof. This was a trailer thing, and it was cute. This could be.
I thought he told him like not to go anywhere. No, just hold my horse, stay here.
Yeah, and he
don't go anywhere.
I think he gave him a weapon too, or some sort.
No, he told him he couldn't have a weapon. He could only have a little knife that he already had.
Okay. That he said he already had the weapon. Okay, that was where I missed there. So and he tells him we'll find some dogs. Woof woof. I just thought it was a cute scene. It was like very cute. Phil and Joe, would you hang out with Lionel Baratheon in real life? Yes, I would say we have many friends that are way more eccentric or eccentric in the same way as Lionel Baratheon.
I think I've been Lionel Baratheon at maybe a couple of those parties that Phil mentioned.
or in your raver days or something like that. You were Lionel Baratheon.
My festival raver days.
Yes. So I would say we are the Lionel Baratheons, minus the lordship of the house. But I would say in personality traits, we're more Lionel than we are anybody else.
Oh, you hunt me down. You don't have any dogs.
Yeah. I'll find some. Woof woof, motherfucker. Okay, so Dunk goes to watch Baelor Targaryen, Hand of the King, heir the throne, and his brother Maegor. The blonde dude comes and asks them, and we get another trailer scene that this was.
Yeah, they're like celebrities. He wants to go check out like the royalty coming.
He also gets an idea, and because he knows that this dude knew his.
There's another one.
Knew his hanging cock master. His knight. Who let the Dunk out? Woof woof woof. Okay. So so the dude is like, here we get a couple of shots for the trailer, Joe, where it's Dunk is not smart enough to be the stable boy. The dude is like, "Oh, you're a knight. Saturday. It's gonna be Saturdays." As the horse kicks someone in the face. And actually, I thought this was gonna be a much bigger deal than it was. Like the horse kicked someone.
Yeah, he headbutted him. It wasn't really. It was like a shoulder into the guy's face. And like, let me tell you, for the last 4 years, I've been once a week. I get to go to a horse farm with a bunch of patients, and we do a group.
Take over, Joe.
Usually it's with a couple of mini horse and a dwarf mini horse. But sometimes when we're in the barn and we're doing our session, the other horses will come through, and there's a couple of Percherons and
can I make an
Arabians
can I make an ignorant statement, Joe? Because I don't know horses and I haven't spent a lot of time with horses. Horses remind me their temperaments, or they remind me a little bit of dogs in the way that they're like.
Oh, dude, they have temperaments,
friendly.
Let me tell you.
No, but I mean, they're in the way that they're friendly, and the way they interact, and the way they sort
they're
of.
Not. No, they're each and every single one is different. Let me tell you, like some of them are very friendly. Some of them are not friendly at all. They don't want to have anything to do with anybody. Some of them don't like men. Some of them don't like women. Like they each have their own personality. There's no like overall thing about horses. And like when they give you those fucking warning signs, you need to pay attention, because these things are 2,000 pounds and they got feelings just like you do.
Just like
and when they have a feeling that they don't like you, they let you know. And if you don't heed those signs,
you're dead.
They will do what happened to this guy. Like they.
No, that's how John Draper's dad died.
They are intense horses, and they are big. If you haven't been around them, don't get it wrong. Like you see Dunk, I haven't
really been around horses too much.
As tall as the horses, but like I'm 6 feet. And these Pertrons, I don't even come up to their fucking shoulders, dude. Not even their shoulder. Like their shoulders right here. It's like, are you like their head is another like, look, they're massive, and like just being so close to them and them allowing me to pet them and the patients to pet them. These horses that they use at this farm, it's incredible. It's absolutely
Now, horses
incredible.
always like me, Jackie C. Chris says, I'm guessing Sir Duncan the Tall was messing around with old Nan in Winterfell, and that's how we got some Hodor. I think having it like this, you pay attention a lot more than one shot, in my opinion. Dunk the dog, Phil of House Baratheon, and Joe of House Baratheon. I think realistically, I would probably be Highgarden. You know, I'd be up there smoking the Highgarden weed and the greenery up in Highgarden. Okay, so we get another scene of so we get the horse being brought out. Two Kingsguard come in. They ask about one Kingsguard asks about our theme of the series, which is taking a shit, and goes
Any good place to do it?
Any good place here to do? Nope. No, definitely no places. Honestly,
that's all he had to know, and just walks away. All right.
Honestly, in that particular type of universe, like going back to like a medieval kind of environment, I would think that would be one of the worst parts. Like where I take a shit, I'm just like, oh no, like that. Like that's the modern day brain of conceptualizing there. Or when I think about going on.
No, but that's just it, Phil. You've been raised since childhood that you need to take a shit. If you're not near your family's little shit spot, you shit wherever you want.
Fair enough. I have tried the first time I'm not even gonna talk. The first time I ever tried.
But it's so normal.
But I'm saying if I'm coming from me now, put into that world.
Oh yeah, you.
That would be one of the hardest transitions for me. It's like as I often imagine.
Burned as a witch by 12 years old.
As I often imagine what it would be like to be on something like Survivor, the aqua poops would be tough for me. Like the going to the bathroom aqua poop aspect of it would be. I get bathroom anxiety. I can't always go in public places. If I go to a concert or something, sometimes I'm holding it the whole concert.
Magic tree.
The magic tree didn't always work for me. But anyways, this episode was way funnier than the last episode. I agree. I think because we got into the Dunk and Egg dynamic, which is the core humor of the text. Like they're adding some other humor, they're adding some moments, there's some scenarios, some aspects that create some good humorous moments. But I think the part of the text that is hilarious is the dialogue between Dunk and Egg, and they're keeping most of that, from my memory, pretty accurate. Speaking of things that hurt, hemorrhoids hurts on the live chat. Hey guys, just wanted to say hi to Phil and Joe and everyone. Just got a splitting headache and a rough from this super flu going around. We'll definitely catch up with the recaps when I'm feeling better. I had it earlier, and I think Joe had it too. We both were sick earlier this year. So hope you feel better. Toast to hemorrhoids hurts. There's nothing that hurts worse than hemorrhoids. Toast to you, my friend.
Yeah.
So yeah. One of the two Kingsguard, Donner of Duxdale, sorry if I'm mispronouncing names, talks about how he comes from a family of crabbers, which later on in the episode, I'll I'll spoil the recap ahead of time. Egg is like, yeah, that's bullshit. His dad, what he says?
His dad is a crabber, but he's the biggest crabber in fucking Westeros.
Yeah, he's like funding he has like more money than as much money as Tywin Lannister or some shit like that. He's like the richest guy in Westeros. It's like Bubba Gump Shrimp, you know? It's like he's super rich. Joe wasn't even sick of it. He just didn't like. He was sick of it after one episode. Praying hemorrhoids feel better. I think Highgarden would make me feel better. Highgarden makes everyone feel better. So Dunk kind of holds on to this for a moment. He's like, if this guy can be a Kingsguard, maybe I could be a Kingsguard one day. Sure thing, Dunk. That'll happen.
Why not, Donkey? Why not?
So dude is like, Baelor Targaryen, no move out the way. Okay, so Dunk sees an open door and follows in and listens to the talk about the prince's sons are missing. What the soon-to-be king's brother's kids are missing. And another person calls out Dunk in the background. Is like, hey, you big and stupid, come over here. What are you doing? Like, why are you listening to us talk? And Dunk comes in, he apologizes, and he immediately goes into, I served Sir Arthur of Pennytree, I got his sword and shield, and I need somebody to verify for me. And Dunk asks this guy, you knew him, right? You knew him, right? And he tests Dunk at first. He asks him about the Grey Knight. Who is the Grey Knight's real name? And Dunk gets it, and that sort of unlocks the whole thing where the two of them just go back and forth, where he's like, oh, he remembers this, he remembers this. And I mean, we talked about this a little bit tonight already. Talks about how he fought him in the lists at one point.
4 swords, not 11 or whatever.
Whatever
7.
he talked about, and he remembered.
4 lances, broke, not 7.
He never embarrassed himself and all that sort of stuff. He might be related to the crab feeder. I wonder if he's tripping out with Grayscale Haymaker. So it was a kind of a good moment where this guy connects and finally sort of Dunk's like, someone knows this guy. It all comes together. But he does say to him, you're not his kid. You need to get your own sigil. And did he also say you need to get your own equipment? Like you can't use his equipment either?
No, just the sigil.
Okay.
But his sigil's on is on the hilt of the sword. Right, but it can't be on the shield where everybody can see.
See, I love that half this Dunk and Egg podcast is people coming to your defense about my opinion of Westeros, of Pluribus and kicking you off the show or something. Jason Voorhees says, Pluribus made me more bored than Beth's dialogue in any episode of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Dicks. You guys are a bunch of dicks. He says, you were the greatest living person to ever live the... Exactly. My master said his dick got so hard when he thought about you, Sir Targaryen. You were the greatest person ever. He's like, yeah. You're in here. And then his brother's like,
exactly.
Yeah, you're in. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't fucking matter. Get the fuck out of here. Get a new sigil. You're gone. People are like, you're no knight. And we get a fun audio kind of transition, a good edit transition of into the play this week, because we get another play this week of someone saying you're no knight, and then we get a play and we're seeing the mask, which kind of looks a little bit like the Sons of the Harpy, and Dunk is watching his girl again, but this time he eventually does talk to her, and Egg is there asking about the fire tricks.
Egg sees a fucking crash and burn, saves him.
Egg is like, oh, but Egg was also a little obsessed by the fire. I do want to point out that Egg was like, oh.
And what is it, a powder?
Yeah,
How'd you do it?
What's going on with that fire? Oh, that's pretty interesting. Like, I don't know. Egg, I hope that fire obsession doesn't ever get you into trouble. So Egg is asking about the fire tricks, and he gets these giant puppets, and Dunk asks her for some paint, or asks, she says she can also paint and stuff, and he goes, oh, will you paint me a new sigil? And he's like, and he says something else. I forget exactly what he says. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm a fool. And she goes, all men are fools, and all men are knights. I didn't get the second part of that line. All men are.
The other guy says it. She says you're a fool, and the guy says, yeah, well, all men are fools, but all men are also knights, especially when a lady's concerned. Meaning, like, yeah, well, we're foolish for you, but we're also your knights in shining.
Oh, okay.
We're your fools and your knights.
Jason,
she agrees with him.
Jason Voorhees, not exactly. This isn't that kind of series. It doesn't necessarily have a red wedding of sorts, but it does have a few surprises along the way.
It's a lot more of a fun series. There's a lot less political intrigue.
It's more lighthearted.
There's no spiders and little fingers and shit that are running around trying to, like. It's a lot more straightforward than that.
But you might see a three-eyed raven pop up at some point.
Yeah, you might see. You're going to see a lot of things that, like I said, they don't have to world build, so they don't have to like let anybody know what a lot of this shit is. It's just there for you. If you've watched the other stuff, then you're going to get. You're right in there already. Like,
you won't see any House of the Dragon people, as someone asked, but you will see two, as far as I can see, as I can think about, and maybe more. No, two. You'll see 2 Game of Thrones people, and I just said it. You'll see. We've already talked about the both people that you'll see Aemon Targaryen, and you'll see the Three-Eyed Raven, before he was the Three-Eyed Raven. At some point, that's not a spoiler. Like he's alive right now. If you just what was that, Brandon
and not Brandon Stark.
Brandon Rivers or whatever his name is. Yeah, and the only reason I'm saying that is because if you could do the math, you would know he would be he's the Hand of the King right now, I believe. So, but you will see those two Game of Thrones characters. The beginning was something large. We got Slim Gen Z in the live chat, and we got, oh my God, Antoine Thomas is getting some Targaryen in the image that he just sent me. Go, Antoine Thomas. Oh my goodness. Now I got to show Joe Dirty Locks that one. Let me show Joe. You see. Oh yeah.
You're gonna see. Everybody's gonna see it, not just me.
No. People don't see that camera.
I don't know if I really can see it there. So I just saw a picture.
Yeah,
you gotta get it closer. Get it closer. Get it. Oh. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Joe, the camera that you see on me isn't the camera that other people see on me.
Oh, he's got two cameras.
Yeah, you got a special private camera. Joe.
Oh no, I want two cameras.
Oh no, Julia, we might actually. You might right. You get private 101. So he describes what he wants to see in the sigil. He describes a field with sunset, and an Elm Street, and Egg says they
can't figure out what he wants to cover up the shadow.
And then Egg says an elm tree, and then Dunk adds, the shooting star above it. And Tansel, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, she used to be called Tall as well. And her and Dunk have a wonderful dynamic where
you're not tall. You're perfect.
You're perfect. And
for
what?
For what?
For what? That's like Tormund looking at Brienne.
Doug's like, the fuck did you just say?
Dude, what'd you just say to her? It's like Tormund looking at Brienne like food. Like, Brienne, do you see that big woman? She could have my babies, you know? Oh my goodness.
That was awesome.
It was pretty awesome. And Egg is just like, and then afterwards, the back and forth, they have the best back and forth of the episode. Egg is asking if he'd like to be called, or that he's too small for his age, and Dunk people call me too stupid.
Well, there was also, did I make a fool of myself?
Right, and then in that scene, that's what I was about to say. He goes, did I make a fool of myself? He's like, well, compared to what? You know, like, other people have made a bigger fool of themselves. So in fairness, he kind of protects. I mean, I would say Dunk could have been worse. You know, Dunk could have made a bigger fool of himself.
People call me small for my age. Used to call me dumb all the time.
Yep.
Huh. And
is there going to be a follow up to that? And Egg's like, I thought you were trying to help me. No, I'm just telling you.
I have to explain myself.
Yeah, I'm not giving you some analogy to try to help your life. I thought, Joe, thank you for pointing that out, because that was one of my favorite fun, like, not even subtle. I don't even know what you would call it, dry humor moment there of it seemed like it was going to be this moment where they connected on this deep level, and Dunk shared this like analogy or this comparison to his own life to kind of help Egg out. But no, he wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that at all. He's just like, yeah, no, people just call me.
No, people do that.
People just call me stupid. I'm sure Melisandre is somewhere in this series. Like, I mean, she's alive. She's 8,268 years old at the time of Game of Thrones. How fucking old she is. So,
right.
So I'm sure she's slipping around somewhere. I don't know if we're gonna see her. Maybe. People used to call me stupid. Well, it was just really fun, and Dunk is super strong. Okay, so then Dunk and Egg get dragged into a tug of war. And Lionel Baratheon, this kind of is the first thing that we show. I was trying to say show and see at the same time. This is the first sign that we see how strong Dunk actually is. Like, Lionel stops doing the tug of war, starts dancing around in his like raver, hippie, hacky sack style, and then comes back in. And then when he comes back in, they easily win. But Dunk was holding the ship the whole time that he just kind of gave up halfway through. Tug of War is kind of a fun game that
he didn't give up. He was making a show of it, right?
He knew that they were he knew that they were going to win, so he was kind of making it a whole big show.
Egg was just hanging on the rope.
But as
Keep
we've
after
learned
them.
from Squid Games, tug of war isn't just about the strength. But I don't think anyone there was a genius. No one was there was outsmarting the
No one
situation.
was doing the
Boo. Did you
row heave.
did you watch and enjoy Squid Games? No spoilers. I'm just curious if you watched it.
Original, the first season. Love.
Like everything, you probably hated the second and third seasons.
I watched about half of the first episode, turned it off, never looked back.
But you liked the first season.
I loved the first season. I watched the first, like, I was, you remember me, I was on board the day that dropped. I was like, something about the dude staring at me made me want to watch it. Katie's like, dude, really? What are you doing? And I'm like, no, look at this guy. He doesn't make you want to watch this.
No, it's entertaining. He's a
dude.
captivating kind of dude. Okay, anyway, so it's a fun visual with Egg sort of riding the rope and dancing around. It's almost a very visual poetry kind of moment with the whole scene. I think any scene so far that Lionel Baratheon has been in, Walking David said it perfectly last week, and I don't think he meant it as a compliment, but I'm going to say it as a compliment. Lionel Baratheon is like a theater guy that's wandered into a room full of film students, and he's just like, "Hey, everybody, here I am, and I am acting with you." Oh, he's like,
I like the job he's doing.
Me too. Me too.
I usually tend to get, and I've had this complaint to Katie a lot, that sometimes I feel like some movies or some shows or some actors on them feel like they're either made by or are trying or have a classically theater trained person when they feel like they're trying to project their lines rather than act their lines out. They're more body motion than facial feature and things like that. Like, I've had this complaint many times, and I really don't get that feeling from this guy. I think he's being very eccentric.
but
and
it's
trying
but
to,
it's
like,
eccentric
coach
within the
that.
world. But it's like
Right.
it works within the world.
Right, and you got to remember too, like the stories of Baratheon.
Have a good night,
of,
Apulia. Thank you again for the super chat.
of the Baratheon that we knew from Game of Thrones, Robert. Like, that's very much how he was as well. in
Yeah,
his youth.
and we've heard of
continued to
Renly having
continue.
having parties and being big, and like the only Baratheon that we know that isn't party and big is Stannis, but like he's the offshoot. It's like the other two were partier. Like Renly had a little bit more control, but like there's mention of his balls and his things, and like he had a lot of big extravagance and energy and stuff like that. Squid Game was awesome. First to last, excellent show. I'm with you, Sonic. Jason Voorhees says Squid Game, the challenge, was better than season 2, the real show. Pulia, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for the love tonight. I hear you. This show starts late, but we appreciate it. We hope you're back with us next week. It's great to have a lot of the old Game of Thrones crew together. It's so beautiful and amazing to see so many familiar faces. Let's finish this live. We're very close. This recap is very short, actually. Then Dunk and Egg get dragged into a tug of war with Lionel Baratheon and a bunch of others. Egg is trying, but he's getting dragged. Dunk is super strong. Lionel comes back in after a break, and they win. Funny visual gag with Egg dancing on the rope or playing with the rope. Very visual poetry kind of moment. Then we get to Doug. Then we get to the Doug again. It's the second time of the episode. Doug the Tall. Dung the Tall. Dunkin' Egg. Dunkin' Donuts Egg. Dunkin' Donuts Egg asking the Smithy to get armor. And the Smithy, I like this actor that was playing the Smithy. He's like, you're big. I got stuff for you. It's not going to look pretty, but it'll be really good. And he asks him and tells him how much it's going to be.
Lance to the face.
And Dunk's like, I don't got that money. Sorry, I'm going to have to
I don't got
leave.
no 800 fucking coin.
Will you take a trade? No, I don't want your fucking stupid shit. And then Dunk's like, okay, I suck, I'll leave. And then
Sales must not have been good because he's like, all right, I'll do it for 600 and your old shit.
Well, I don't have 600. Well, you get the fucking 600. So Dunk,
All right, give me the 2 crowns and we'll call it a rent.
and you'll have to catch up in this situation. Sonic,
And if you don't send your squire soon, I'll sell this shit to the next person.
And so he agrees to the day rental and that he'll get it. So Dunk goes and sells his horse so he can pay for his stuff.
2 dragons is better than none.
And he goes and sells his horse for cash, and he says if he wins, he'll buy him back. And he gives the guy a little extra cash to give
Very sad.
his horse some oats and apples. It was a very sad scene, Joe. I got a little emotional about the lost horse situation as well. Will Natalie Dorman come back and play young lady Lena Terrell? That would be amazing.
I wouldn't be spiked about that.
I kind of like those recastings when they have the older person.
I'm not a fan of that.
I mean, they did that so much in Star Trek with Brent Spiner. He plays like every family member of the Sung family. It gets a little annoying after a while. So I hear you, Joe. Okay, so Lionel Baratheon equals fill the issues. I honestly
like it in Tombstone with your guy there.
Which Tombstone?
From Raising Hope.
Oh, but Gary.
Not Tombstone, from whatever.
Deadwood.
Deadwood. Yeah.
Garrett Dillon Hunt.
Yeah.
The guy that should have played Negan. Like whatever. But I think Gary Dillon
He
Hunt.
was like, I think he had 3 different characters in that show, or at least 2 different characters in that show. He was really good.
Joe, honestly, right now we're just distracting for how sad and emotional the scene was with Dunk giving up his horse. Because I honestly was kind of emotional in the scene. I was like, oh, Dunk, because he really, they've set a good standard, and I didn't mention this earlier. They're doing a better job than Game of Thrones did, because Game of Thrones framed it in a different way. As people know or they don't know, Game of Thrones, each chapter in the books is like character inside the head, like focusing. Like in the series, it didn't play out like that at all. And no episode felt like that. In this, it really feels like we're in Dunk's dialogue. They're using him talking to the horses as sort of like
it's him narrating. It's all him.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful, and it's the simplicity of this story being about two main characters. One really, and we're sort of getting to know Egg a little bit more now, is amazingly refreshing in this world. We said it last week. I'll say it again this week. So he comes and brings Egg some cider, but another weird thing, Joe, here. I don't know how to take this. Egg, unlike most common folks, Egg is a little like hoity-toity. He won't.
There's something floating in there.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to drink his drink or something. So come on, what kind of fucking dude is like drink the drink? You got a free drink. Like I'm poor.
And it's cider. He should have been like slurping that shit down.
Exactly. I'm poor. If you're good enough to buy me a drink when we go out, if there's a bug in it, I'm still drinking that. Like, I can't afford to buy a drink when we go out to the casino. Right? You know, if you're gonna buy me a $9
vodka. Phil, if I'm buying myself a drink and there's something floating in it, I'm fucking drinking that shit. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm framing you as the rich person, but
if you don't drink it, I'm drinking it for sure. It ain't going to waste.
True. So we got. You guys are so amazing in the chat tonight, and thank you so much as always. You guys are keeping this fun, keeping this interesting for Joe and I. Not that we don't have a good time talking anyway, but it's so much fun to be able to talk to all of you folks and anyone that's listening to the audio cast as well. Thank you for checking out the first week, or now the first 2 weeks of the new podcasting stream. So he brings Egg cider, and Egg won't drink it because there's a bug in it. And Dunk is saying, if I'm good, maybe I'll be taken in by a house, maybe even House Targaryen. And Egg is like, yeah, sure. Those dragon riding bastards would really like a hedge knight.
Any use for a fucking hedge knight?
Yeah, what would we want with your pathetic hedge knight ass? You know, what would they want with it?
Have, like, all we have to do is send a raven, and we have every night in any fucking territory comes
exactly. And absolutely, Jackie C, a bug in your drink is just a little extra protein.
Yep.
Ain't gonna do me any harm.
Everybody likes floaties. Boba tea is so popular, right?
Chris H, is episode 2 of Night of the Seven Kingdoms as nasty as episode 1? Nastier. Nastier.
Less. Number 1 is not as nasty as number 2.
What would you? Okay. Do I have to create
a poll?
Number
1 is not as nasty as number 2.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, I almost want to ask the question of a poll, but I don't even like put poll up right now because we don't have enough time. And I don't want to stick my poll up because
like number 1.
I know what you mean. No, I know what you don't have to explain the joke. I know what you mean. You don't mean episode 1. You mean what we saw number 1 and number 1. We saw number 1 and number 2. We saw number 2 and number 1.
Correct.
I actually said that correct. I'm proud of myself for saying that correctly. Episode 2 is so funny. Comedy gold. I remember the dude taking a poop on the roadside. That we're talking. You see a guy at the beginning of this episode 2 taking a piss by the side of his house. So episode 1 starts out with a guy taking a shit by the roadside. Episode 2 starts out with a guy taking a piss by his house. Coming out
with the view of a naked woman through the doorway, laying in the room behind him.
With a full frontal prosthetic Rudolph the Red-Nosed penis.
Envious. By any means.
I mean, if that guy didn't have a prosthetic penis,
Like, I would love to sit here and make some sort of absurd joke that, like, he was small by any means.
no, no, man, no. And I'm not saying like this isn't about me or envious or anything, but if that was his real junk, like, God bless him and God bless his partner, whoever he or she may be. Like, seriously.
Yeah, the next time, it'll be hard to get the image of that out of my head when I go to do the nasty. Like, what the fuck am I even trying to do here?
Exactly. So I'm sorry if I confuse. People say number 2 is nastier than number 1. Okay, so doing number 2 is so maybe the answer is this episode was not as nasty as episode 1 because there wasn't someone taking a shit in the first 30 seconds. Instead, there was someone taking a piss in the first 30 seconds.
Right. And aside from what you see on the body, it's just the body.
Yeah.
Every time a man goes to take a piss, he has to look down and see that.
I don't think it was a real body. If it was real,
I don't think it was real either.
If it was real, I want that junk, says Daryl. Yes, exactly. So
I don't know. There's a lot of women that you could find that would be happy with it, but I think there's a lot more that would be no, sorry.
Anyways,
God doesn't even open that wide. Not happening.
So Dunk says he hopes he gets taken.
It looked like a fucking Foster's can. It really did. Like, that's the joke, but like, not really a Foster's can, but like, definitely like
Jackie
close to this.
Do you see what Jackie C says in the live chat? Jackie C says that looks potentially painful.
Yeah. Like there's lots of things that can be done, but like, I hope you like Jergens.
Anyways.
Or in Westeros, okay. What? Like pig fat? I don't know.
Moving on. Moving on, the horn blows, Joe. No, wait. Let's go back. So Egg tells Dunk that he's an idiot about the other dude, that the dude might, the dude might have come from Com, but that guy's like the richest fish farmer in the world or whatever. Jackie C is agreeing with you. Jackie's like, exactly.
This is what I've been told. I don't know if I believe it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what they've told you, Joe. Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly.
I got an extensive list on my Google search bar. I would say otherwise. But those are professionals.
But that's beside the point. Yes, exactly. That's a professional situation. They're used to handling such physical gymnastics.
Yeah, those are Cirque du Soleil performers and shit. Like,
as Julia says, as someone who was raised by a very strict Catholic mother and married her high school sweetheart, I haven't seen a lot of penises in my life. So I have to ask: do they really come that big? They come that big. They do.
It takes a lot to get them to come that big.
Yes, with effort. With effort, they do come that big. So anyway, but yes, Julia, first of all, that's adorable. Secondly, yes, they do. So I don't know why I'm blushing for you, Julia, but I'm
blushing a little too.
I'm blushing a little bit too. Jackie C says, yes, I've seen bigger, Julia. Oh my. I'm going to let you two have that conversation, and I'm going to...
the private links.
Yes, I'm gonna watch from the side. Okay, so we respectfully want to be flies on the wall of that discussion. So Dunk and Egg, back to Dunk and Egg. So Dunk and Egg have a discussion about how Dunk is an idiot, that he thinks that the dude from the King's Guard really is from Lowbourne, that his father might be a fisherman or whatever he was, but he's like the richest fisherman in the world or whatever it was. So then this show is like porn for senior citizens, says Jesse. I love you, Jesse. You hold me to the fire, but Jesse, your honesty means a lot, brother. You're missing. Oh my goodness, the chat has gone full after dark. I need a drink. So the horn blows, pun intended, and it's time. Dunk and Egg kind of get into the mix, but Egg gets lost for a second. But Dunk finds him, and he puts him on his shoulders. It's so cute. And they watch. Dunk and Egg kind of... Did Egg nod to the soon-to-be king? It looked like he almost nodded over there, but I don't know. Anyways. So we see the favorite, which is Prince Valor. Dunk says he's the favorite. We get a pause, and we get someone yelling from.
Is he one of the two missing kids?
I think so. But I'm a little confused about all of that, Joe.
Because that's what they said. They said that one of the two would show up as soon as Melissa started or something like that.
Yes, you're correct about. Yes, you are correct. I feel like Ed McMahon there, Joe. Yes, you are correct, sir. Then we get a pause as we hear someone from the audience just scream, "Lloyd Hereford fucks sheep." It was just a random line. It was just like a random line.
He cries, "Oh shit,
baby, I Joe." Oh. I love how not serious this show takes itself, Joe. Remember everything we wanted from the Bastard Executioner? In some ways, this show gives us that, like a show that, but because it takes itself serious enough that I feel like I give a shit about the characters, but it doesn't give me agita because I care. Because it's making me feel like they're trying to make me care too much. It's also taking a piss out of itself a little bit.
No, the story should make you like. I remember
Casey.
I don't remember a lot of the facts of the book, but I remember my overwhelming feeling with every page I turned, like being fully endeared to both of these characters, wanting to know what happens next, enjoying the action, enjoying the humor, enjoying everything that was written down. And they're delivering on that so far.
Absolutely,
they really are. They're not taking itself too seriously,
and taking themselves
so far is what you're going to get throughout. I believe
not taking yourself too seriously, but also taking yourself seriously enough, because we get into this jousting scene, and I talked about it earlier. And this was for me, and you watch a lot. You're more critical of action than I am. But this jousting scene was one of the best filmed and most visceral jousting scenes I've ever seen on screen, because we've seen jousting so much done in so many shows and movies and shit. We've seen it on Game of Thrones. We've seen it in Knight's Tale. We've seen it in different movies that have popped up here and there. And I feel like the way they filmed it here was more effective than I've ever seen. And I don't know if that's just I'm being too hyperbolic, but for me, I was really
done well. It was done really well, but I'll say this, that's what they were trying for. That was one of the things I read in articles leading up to this, was George R.R. Martin saying, whatever, we've seen jousting done many times, let's make the best,
oh, really? I didn't even see that.
We can possibly put on film. George R.R. Martin is a huge fan of jousting.
Big Kev.
And that's why it's featured in so much of his, this shit. And I heard that's the conversation that was actually had. So expect to see any of the jousting stuff be really fucking intense.
And I gotta say, I've seen medieval time stuff up person. I've been to King Richard's Fair and shit like that. This was really, really fucking effective.
I was basically just about to say that too. But then
I think I've been there with you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've been there with you.
At the same point, there's in these other shows and movies that have done it, everybody gets to build on the work that was done before. They've all seen the jousting in A Knight's Tale. They've all seen the jousting in that Matt Damon and Darth Vader's fucking kid movie, where the three different stories that get told. It's about a medieval
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's really good. I can't remember the name, and somebody's going to bring it up here in chat in just a second.
Jesse says the entire budget of this episode was spent on horses. Big Kev, I hope your poker game is running well. Big Kev, great to see you in the live chat. Hope all your flushes are royal. Sorry.
Yeah, and may none of your flushes go down the drain.
Yes. Yes. One day, hopefully, you'll see Joe and I across the table in the big games.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of great work out there. Now it's going to be a big challenge for them to succeed in what they're trying to do. But like I said, everybody's work in this will build in these scenes. You've seen it before. There's new angles, there's other angles, there's exploding shards on lances now that you didn't have. There's added CGI stuff. Maybe not a lot, but just a little, and just enough to add enough. There's all these little tricks and things that may not have been available before that are available now. different cameras, better cameras, so much that I really do hope that they're able to live up to what I'm expecting. This did not let me down. It was short, but and left me
Wanting more, yeah, more.
more.
And that's almost the subtitle of all of this. The entire he can't read my poker face. No need for a flush in Westeros. The last duel, Joe, as Sonic your boy says.
That's it. Yep, the last duel, it was really good. There was some really good. I'm pretty sure there was some at least jousting or lancing. I don't know. I could be wrong. I might be making this shit up.
It's fine. It's fine. That's half of doing this shit.
Lots of fucking movies, just, like Errol Flynn movies.
There's tons of, like I'm saying, through history, and this was one of the best times that I saw. Chris, cheers to you. I'm hosting the executive game, Polly Walnuts. We got to do a Sopranos cast with Matt and I soon, so probably sometime in February. The entire budget of the episode, I just want to keep saying that. Jack, I'm too shy to publicly add any follow-up questions to former subject. Bobcat says, Darren King II is the king and has two sons, Baelor and Maekor. It's Maekor's kids that are missing, Daron and Aegon Targaryen. Prince Valar is Baelor's eldest son. At this timeline, Westeros has seen 3 Blackfire rebellions, so hopefully we'll see the next 2. There was 5 in total, I believe, says Chris. Thank you for our Game of Thrones experts that are offering us our important information in this episode. Joe and I are transient fans and information. We know stuff. If you push us on it in a trivia game, we'll probably pick some stuff up. Or if we study for something, we'll be able to verbalize it a little bit better. But we're going to count on you guys in the chat to keep us honest with names and things like that. So I very much appreciate all that information to Bobcat and Chris. So make the show 2 hours. If I were a carpenter and you were a hedge douchebag. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Egg is doing the kid thing after the jousting match. Egg is doing the kid thing where he's like, "Fuck the Blackfire bastards! I'm killing you! I'm gonna get you! It's good! It's good! It's good!" And that's the other thing, Joe, about this actor that they have playing Egg. I've heard it said as a negative about him, but I don't think it is. He actually reminds me of Macaulay Culkin as a kid. Like his deadpan, the way he's delivering dialogue, his sort of...
I never liked Macaulay Culkin as a kid.
Almost Macaulay Culkin in Uncle Buck. I
thought he was funny in that. I thought that movie was great when I was a kid, but on rewatch, I'm like...
Don't hate on Uncle Buck, you asshole.
Yeah. I know, right? Who can hate on anything John Candy ever fucking did, right?
That's not true. Some of his shit, that movie he did with Matthew Perry at the end was crap. His last
Going
movie.
West? That's right. I know the name of it.
That movie, yeah, because you probably like it because you have horseshit taste. No,
I know. I tried to watch it twice in the last, probably year or 2 years. I've tried to watch it twice and couldn't get through it.
Julia does add, and Julia, I have to relent to as much as I enjoyed this scene. That's one aspect of it I didn't necessarily love either. I don't like that they had them all jousting at once. I prefer the tilts one at a time. I hear you there. I feel like it creates the moment better. That's something that, say, Knight's Tale had really well, like setting up the one-on-one battles of the jousting aspect of it all. I would just say that if you watch the trailer for the entire season, that was foreshadowing something. And so they wanted to put that in there to even the visual. If you look at the trailer and what they put in the trailer is almost identical to the visual you see in this episode at that point in time with the multiple. There was they picked a specific amount of jousting at the same time tonight too, for whatever reason or not. But I agree with you that in conceptual visuality and emotional aspect of the joust itself, it's much better to have one-on-one. 100%. I think that's one of the beauties of it, Joe, right? Is the fact that you can go one-on-one in it. That's a one-on-one kind of sport.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like one-on-one jousting. I do like one-on-one, melee combat. But who doesn't like a fucking battle royale? You don't want to watch a battle royale every week, but a battle royale's nice, right?
Fair,
kind of shit.
Fair. I can see the Royal
Rumble. I've never seen it on horses before, doing it during a joust.
Oh,
that was kind of cool.
You've seen a lot of stuff on horses, you sick fuck. Okay,
yeah.
so
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
this is when Dunk gets a little bit internal here, okay?
They all
You seen some
fucking
donkey
fucking
shit? Shut up!
Charlie.
I've been in a club with a boxing ring with you with a donkey show. Come on, what the fuck are you talking about?
No donkeys were there.
I'm pretty sure there was a donkey at one point, right?
I was still outside.
Anyways,
No donkeys. No
no,
donkeys.
there's a couple of things, but no donkeys. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta keep my mouth shut. Okay, so the great night, Dunk gets a little negative, and he gets a little, great knights don't live in the hedge and die on the side of the road. Dunk tells the truth about Sir Arlen. He was just a drunk.
That was a crazy night, dude.
Yeah, he's swinging his cock on the side of the road, pissing on everybody. He was good to me. He didn't have to care about me, but I had to look at his giant horse cock every single day and feel intimidated by that giant penis. And he raised me to be an honorable man. And these noble lords don't even remember his goddamn name.
None of them. I'm not going to let that happen to me.
Because I'm going to be his legacy. And tomorrow I'm going to make the world pay, Joe. And that's how our episode ends.
And then he takes another bite of some big, long, hard
sausage
jerky.
Yeah, some beef, some appropriate beef jerky, and that's
some
how
hard jerky.
Oh yeah, there's some hard jerky all over this episode, Joe. And
what was the name of it?
Salty beef jerky or something like that. I brought it down. Let me
salty hard jerky.
Yeah, salty hard meat or something again. Let me figure this out again. I'm sorry. I deleted the paper that had it. Let me open the recent thing to see what. Let's see what the name is. Hard salted beef.
Hard salted.
It was worth opening it up to read that again. It was called hard salted beef.
Yeah, took a big chunk of that hard salted beef right at the end.
Now, everybody, we're going to be on for a little while longer here. If anyone wants to call on in, now's the time. 781-990-8509. Phone lines are open. Joe and I are taking your questions about Dunk and Egg this week. Let us know what you have questions about, if you have any questions, or throw them in the live chat right now, and we'll jump through some quick questions here. Julia says, the jousting area looked like the Ren Fair I go to in upstate New York, right down to the layout in the crowds. Thought that was hilarious. I did think it's... When you see some of those Renaissance fairs, and I'm not going to say it like Ted Mosby, Renaissance. I don't even remember how he says it on How I Met Your Mother.
Renaissance.
Say it again.
Renaissance.
Renaissance. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it is, Joe. I like how they never announce the rules to joust. They just joust. You're absolutely right, Jesse. I've watched a million jousts on television shows. I still don't understand the rules.
The rules are this:
if you break your
fall off. You're done.
But sometimes it's if you break the lance or something, you're done.
No, when you run out of lances.
Okay, so you can also run out of lances and then you're done?
Yeah, as long as you stay on your horse. If you stay on your horse.
But what if you stay on your horse but you run out of lances?
You're done.
You're done. So okay, so I don't understand the rules.
You just.
I mean, I do now.
You do now.
But they don't announce them before the event.
That's the rules. You don't need to announce them. Everybody knows. Fall off, you're done. Which is why I thought it was weird. The other guy jumped back onto the horse.
So I guess as long as you still have
somebody else's horse.
But I think if you still have the things, you can still jump back on the horse as long as you're not knocked out, because you can be sort of knocked off but not knocked out. There's a difference. That's what I'm saying. It's weird, Joe. You can be hit and knocked down, but as long as you never get.
Yeah, because didn't the mountain get knocked off? And then they turned into like.
But then he got up and was like, "Oh, I want to fight now!" And then he's
like cut the horse apart.
Yeah, he killed his own horse.
Cut the head off the horse.
Yeah, his own horse. And then he like fucked up Loris, right? But he lost that fight. But he still won it. I'm confused. So I reiterate what Jesse said. I don't understand the fucking rules of jousting.
So it's like lose your horse or get knocked out. I don't know.
Joe, in fairness, they're convoluted at best.
Yeah. Oh.
Damon got KO'd and stopped fighting. This looks painful. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Julia and Jackie are having the most amazing conversation in the peripheral of this entire episode, and I appreciate it right now. I love John Candy still, but that doesn't mean he never made some bad movies or bad performances. And I definitely think that Matthew Perry movie was a bad performance. But Uncle Buck is not one of them, Joe. Uncle Buck is a good movie.
Uncle Buck's there's a lot of good movies about his. They really are. And Macaulay, for what it's worth, I never hated him. I just didn't like.
Fit.
He's good in The Good Son too.
Yeah, him and Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Underrated John Candy movie that gets forgotten about a lot of times is Summer Rental.
Canadian Bacon.
Canadian Bacon's great too. Summer Rental's great too with him and Rip Torn as the pirate guy and stuff like that.
Yeah. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is great.
I mean that's his best movie. Like that might be
Stripes
him.
mentioned earlier. Really
Planes,
good.
Trains, and Automobiles might be him and Steve Martin's best movie. Like they that's an incredible movie. Debbie, oh Bebby, oh Bebby, oh Bebby, oh Bebby, the wonderful Debbie, says jousting rules say stay in your lane and don't fall off your fucking horse. I add fucking just for the fun. Just Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, like I said, might be my favorite John Candy movie. John Candy was also great in The Blues Brothers. He was great in Vacation, the first Vacation movie, in that small little part. Like that's the thing about John Candy. He also, not only was he good in the starring roles, he was good at those bit parts.
Little supporting bit parts.
Like that part in Home Alone when he's just in the back of the truck with doing his improv thing with Schitt's Creek. What's her name? Catherine O'Hara. And because they work together in SATV, so they made up all their lines. He shot all those stuff in Home Alone in one day, and it's just him improving, talking about him being part of a polka group, and they have this whole thing, and he's just fucking incredible. He's like,
what was his Detective Crud?
Yeah,
What was it?
It was the Adventures of. It was like it was a whole big detective movie where like I know exactly the movie you're talking about, Joe, and I'm just blanking on it. Camp Candy was awesome as well. What the fuck was that called? I gotta look it up.
I can't remember. It's something like that.
That's a forgotten about movie too.
Yep. It didn't do so well at the box.
Oh, it did fucking horrible. It's cool. Also, Cool Runnings, Rookie of the Year. He was in. But let's see. I got to see all of these because this is I on Career Opportunities. Oh, he was in Career Opportunities. I forgot about that. Boris Natasha J. Once Upon a Rabbit Ears, Camp Candy, Rookie of the Year, Cool Runnings, Hostage for a Day, Wagons East. What the fuck was that movie?
Wagons East, not Wagons West. Sorry.
Masters of Master Rockaboy. Who Shrunk Saturday Morning? Who's Harry Crumb?
Who's Harry Crumb? That's it.
Who's Harry Crumb? Yeah, that I loved Who's Harry Crumb when I was a kid. I actually really loved that movie. John Candy could enter a room full of the 7 kingdoms with him and walk in Duncan the Tall and the lady he was speaking to. John Candy would be amazing in the 7 kingdoms somewhere. John Candy, Only the Lonely, great movie. I think he was one of those guys that, generally speaking, that even if he was in a bad movie, gave you sort of a great performance. I think Cool Runnings might not be the best movie in the world, but John Candy's fun in that movie.
Uh-huh.
The Great Outdoors is another underrated movie. Him and Dan Aykroyd work exceptionally well together, playing the sort of opposites, odd couple kind of vibe, and I enjoy that movie a great deal. Yeah, Great Outdoors is one of those movies I had on VHS cassette, and I would watch that on repeat. I had this one cassette tape that had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Great Outdoors, and See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and one more because I forget Spaceballs. Because you could
another great one.
You could do the LP, like VHS cassettes had 3 options when you wanted to record things.
Play, standard play, extended play.
Exactly. The standard play was 2 hours, the middle one was 4 hours, and the other one was 8 hours. So if you did the 8-hour one, you get 4 movies in there.
Which had horrible fucking definition.
Oh, horrible. But I did the 4 movies, Joe. And I had those 4 movies on this one cassette that I just watched over and over and over again.
I had 2 cassettes that we got as a Christmas present. Ruthless People and Platoon. I used to watch those 2 movies over and over again.
It's weird. My Auntie Wheezy on a Christmas morning got me Total Recall. She didn't know anything about it. She's just like, I wanted to get you a movie, and I thought this one looked good. And I watched that so fucking much, the first Total Recall movie. I know I have to say that because there's a fucking remake of it that sucks donkey balls. But that first Total Recall movie was amazing. Has anyone seen The Dreadful with Kit Harington and Sophie Turner? No, I have not. And yes, they are making a Spaceballs 2. I'm a little nervous about it, but I am excited to see Rick Moranis on my screen again. He's been retired for a while, and it's going to be good to kind of see him.
Oh yeah, his wife died, and he decided to retire to take care of his kids, to raise his kids.
Yeah, he which is really awesome. But he finally
That
decided.
was like the height of his career. He was one of the biggest names in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was doing. He would have been like a long-term Disney star and been able to do Disney movies for like the rest of his life. Honey, I Shrunk the 10 times 1,000 million thing. He would have just been, get your Astomaz, Quaid. Get your Astoquaz. Total Recall is an amazing movie. I think, what's your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Joe?
Let's see, my favorite Arnold movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, True Lies?
Armageddon. Eraser.
Eraser. He's not in Armageddon.
Fucking Arnold movie. My favorite. Let's see. Raw Deal, Commando.
I mean, you're okay. Let's.
Conan.
I want to set something up.
Conan.
Joe is somebody that is an action movie purist in the way that his appreciation for people like Jet Li and Jackie Chan and early and other people that are unknown like Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer, like real action movies. So he doesn't have a lot of respect for the Stallone and Schwarzenegger of it all. Like,
no, I grew up on those. Like,
yeah, but when it comes down to it, like I think you look down on that kind of action versus modern.
I don't, because I do love Total Recall. I do love.
I think all in all, Predator or Running Man.
I do love Predator. I was going to say I do love Predator. I love Running Man. I love Commando. I loved fucking Raw Deal. I really did. I loved fucking Conan. I think that might be my favorite movies.
Twins is really awesome too.
Twins is fucking incredible. Danny DeVito and him. Like, but the thing is
that a cheat because Danny DeVito is so fucking awesome? What's your favorite?
Yes. Well, no. Well, let me explain the Conan.
And then we got to talk about Danny DeVito for a second. I got you for 15. We're going to top out at 2 hours here, so I got Joe for 15 more minutes.
The Conan reason is it's kind of groundbreaking. It's an all-around full D&D campaign story. Like, he's got it all. It's all there, and even the sequels are good. Like, or at least as good as Conan. Remembering when it was made, how it was made, real effects, special effects. Like,
it's not a tumor.
I gotta say, and it, like, he's not necessarily the best actor ever in any of this shit either, but like
but he's effective and he's genuine in almost everything he's in, and I think he is pretty.
Kindergarten Cop, hilarious,
and I think he is pretty.
Last Action Hero.
I think he is pretty good in movies like True Lies and Predator. I think he has some good acting, like some actual decent acting moments. How about we talked about Danny DeVito for a second. What are some of your favorite Danny DeVito performances? I'm not just gonna say
Always Sunny, dude. Taxi, Always Sunny.
Is Always Sunny the
Ruthless People?
How is Always Sunny not talked about as one of the greatest sitcoms of all time? Because it's how long has that show been fucking on, and it's still just as good as ever. Like, Always Sunny is still fucking hilarious. It's dark as fuck. But I don't know if that's my favorite Danny DeVito. It's really good, but I don't know if it's my favorite Danny DeVito. I think
Louis De Palma is a brilliant character.
Yeah, Taxi Danny DeVito might be the best Danny DeVito.
What about that? He and his wife, ex-wife, Rhea, played like husband and wife in like, what was it, like Matilda or some shit?
They also played husband and wife, or girlfriend and boyfriend in Taxi.
Yeah, like I don't know. There was a lot of good Danny DeVito shit out there.
He's one of my favorite performers of all time. Like, if I really think about it, I don't think I I don't think I can think of a Danny DeVito performance I don't like.
Same.
Like, I'm really trying hard in my brain to be like, is there a Danny DeVito performance that I'm like, yeah, he wasn't that good in that movie? No. Like, I can't think of a time that I haven't thought Danny DeVito was the best guy in a movie.
With Jack Nicholson.
Hoffa?
Hoffa.
I thought he was good in Hoffa.
Great movie.
Yeah, he was great.
Great
Oh,
movie.
okay, you're saying
Yeah.
he was great in Hoffa. Okay, which is
And not just comedy and shit. Like,
do you know
this
what's
guy's
fun?
got
Do you know what's funny about Hoffa though? You got Batman villains from the first two Batman's movies in a movie together. Like the two, I almost feel like they became friends. People, let's get in the live chat here. We can see what a couple people think. USA would show Kindergarten Cop every single night. Jingle All the Way, DeVito and Batman. My favorite is Terminator Genesis. Seriously, because my husband worked that movie and Arnie found out I ate similar to him, so he sent me all of his special snacks every day. I imagine that Arnold is probably a pretty awesome dude. He just comes off like if you knew him, he'd be like, I like you, Joe Dirty Locks. You are very nice. I like your dreadlocks. You look kind of like the Terminator.
Yeah.
I inspired the Terminator after the way Joe Dirty Locks looks.
Well, I don't think you can particularly come off like an asshole to too many people and win like the governorship.
I am from California. I'm sorry, my Schwarzenegger's horrible. He's always great and sunny in Philadelphia. I think DeVito.
As long as you don't come off like an asshole to more than half.
DeVito is the king. I mean, if we talk about like the glory role of some of like the people that just never had bad performances, we get Danny DeVito, Joe. Like I said, I got you for what time is it? I got you for 10 more minutes. So so Danny DeVito. Who are some other people that you feel like have never had a bad performance? You feel like Bill Murray's on that list too. Can you think of a bad Bill Murray performance?
I am not as big of a fan of Bill Murray as you are.
Fair, but can you think of a bad? Oh, I guess the performance with that movie where you had with an elephant, or the Garfield movie, or something like that.
Like I feel like there's a lot of movies with bad Bill Murray performances.
Fair. Are there any other people? But we don't get strapped in Bill Murray. Are there any other people that you can think of that have never had a bad performance for you? It's a tough question. People in the live chat, curious of your opinion too. People that you feel have never had a bad
Clifton
performance.
Collins Jr.
Who?
Clifton Collins Jr.
Who? What movie?
He's in one of your top.
Deep Space Nine?
No, he's in one of your. Oh, Jesus, there's somebody
Where?
on Deep Space Nine that I think is no handed in. Andreas Katsoulis. I don't think he's ever handed in a bad performance.
Let's talk about some big stars that people would know.
But no, Clifton Collins Jr. was in The Last Castle, and he was in that robot HBO robot shit.
Oh, okay. Someone just said something in the live chat. I want to mention this person. Has Kurt Russell ever had a bad performance?
Yes.
What?
Almost. What?
What has Kurt Russell ever been? What has Kurt Russell ever been bad in?
Almost all of it.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He's not great. He's not great.
You soulless prick.
He's okay.
Okay.
He's okay.
Has he ever not been Kurt Russell? If you're going to say that Kurt Russell is awesome, I'm saying Kurt Russell's awesome. If I think he's awesome, has he ever not been Kurt Russell in the Kurt Russell performance? He's always been that good. Has Tom Hanks ever been bad in something?
I was thinking I was going to mention Tom Hanks, but I haven't seen all of his stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, the guy's got a pretty spotless career as far as.
Has Harrison Ford ever been bad in anything?
Not that I've seen again.
Has
that one's another one that's good.
Has Denzel
No,
Washington?
Again, not that I've seen.
Yeah.
I think he's another one.
Denzel Washington. So I would say
People might argue with me over Leo, but like
Leo's had some bad performances. Leo's had some shitty performances.
Iron Man and the Iron Man.
Yeah, Leo had a young career. Leo was on Growing Pains, dude. Come on. Leo had some bad performances. No. I won't give you Leo. No.
You got to remember too, like Kurt Russell. He was a Disney kid.
Someone said Kevin Costner. Has Kevin Costner had a bad performance?
Yes.
Yes, and Superman's dad. He sucked.
I don't think that's. I thought it was good.
Yeah, because you jerk off to
I like that role.
I know you like the Snyder universe. You jerk off to the Snyder universe. Joe versus the
Not the whole
volcano.
No, not the whole. I thought Batman versus Superman was fucked. His like.
Someone says
stupid
Joe
shit.
versus the volcano wasn't good, but Tom Hanks was awesome in it.
Joe versus the Volcano
It was an awesome
another
movie.
one that bombed at the
I
theater.
love that
is
movie. I love that
fucking
movie.
Amazing. It's ahead of its time a little bit. I kind of think.
Has Robin Williams ever been bad in anything? Was he ever bad in anything? You might not like a movie. I'm not saying a movie wasn't bad, but was his performance ever bad in something? I don't think so. I don't think he was ever bad in a movie. I think he's been in bad movies, and I would almost say the same thing about Eddie Murphy. I don't think Eddie Murphy's ever been bad in a movie. I think he's been in bad movies. I don't think his performance was bad in Pluto MASH. It was a badly written movie. I think every time Eddie Murphy performs, he's 100% and he fucking kills it. Like, I just don't think he's been picked all the best movies, and I would say the same about Robin Williams. Toys, maybe. That's a good pick, Haymaker. He wasn't awesome.
Two of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies are two of his critically panned, like most critically panned.
Metro?
No, that's a big one that's critically panned. Yeah.
Distinguished Gentleman? Harlem Nights is a great movie. Amazing movie. He directed that movie, too.
And the other one is a Frank Oz production with Steve Martin.
Oh, Bowfinger.
Bowfinger.
is so good, dude. Bowfinger is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
That's in my top.
Tommy Rain, baby.
That's in my top 20. That's in my top 20 comedies. I fucking.
It's one of my favorite movies. Too.
Debbie, oh baby, oh baby. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so glad you mentioned that because Death to Smoochie is also one of my favorite movies.
Yes, that you turned me on to that one.
I fucking love that movie so fucking much.
On HBO, I think.
Chris, that's an excellent pick. I don't think Michael J. Fox has ever been bad in anything. Michael J.
Fox is fantastic.
Michael J. Fox is like incredibly like exquisite in like every exquisite. Thank you. I was messing with two words. He is exquisite in every single performance he's ever been in. He's including his performance in Scrubs post his like being how he is, like his episode of Scrubs. He's
in Spin City and in all the Back to the Future movies.
Yes, speaking of which, Christopher Lloyd as well. I don't think Christopher Lloyd's been bad in anything.
No, are you kidding me? His role in Taxi.
He was even good in the most recent season of Wednesday. He's fucking great. Sonic Boy says, I think Joe versus the Volcano in theaters too. I remember correctly.
I saw that in theaters too.
Nicolas Cage has made 456 movies, and only two of them have been good. Like at least a couple of them have been good. We got Joe.
Imagine that.
We got Joe for 4 more minutes. The Frighteners with Jeffrey Combs. Debbie, oh Bebby, oh Bebby. You're mentioning some of my favorite actors. I know Joe has extra appreciation for Jeffrey Combs because Jeffrey Combs has, as much as I love Jeffrey Combs because of Deep Space Nine, I know Joe loves Jeffrey Combs because of other things as well. Do you know who he is? He was in Deep Space Nine. He played Weyoun. He was played in Andorian, or I believe he was also in Babylon 5 as well. And I think he would, or look up Jeffrey Combs if you can. I think you would know him if you saw him, Joe. Christopher Lloyd was incredible in Roger Rabbit. He really was awesome. And thank you to everyone tuning in for the end. And we appreciate being able to kind of go off script here at the end, go a little off dunk and egg. As much as people,
I guess I recognize him, but all right.
He's an underrated character actor, but he's never really bad. Name a bad Tom Cruise movie, Joe, as Sonic your boy says. Jen Hack, the beautiful Jen Hack, is the legend.
Name a bad Tom Cruise movie. Eyes Wide Shut.
What'd you say?
Eyes Wide Shut.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a great movie either.
But his performance in it, let me rephrase.
Okay,
name a bad Tom Cruise performance.
Choose a number.
Okay.
Excluding number one, because I thought that was, it was good.
Jen Hack says Jeffrey Combs is my favorite actor in all of Star Trek. He's one of my favorite actors in all of Star Trek too. On Deep Space Nine, he plays three different characters. He's one of those incredible character actors. I love him, and thank you for the super chat, Jen Hack. That was a great movie. How about Goldie Hawn? I'm sure she's had a bad performance, but she's definitely up
Hold on,
there.
The Wire was fucking awesome.
But I can't really think of a Goldie Hawn bad performance. She's
What about the one with Wesley Snipes and Woody?
White Man Can't Jump.
No, that was with Rosie.
Oh, fucking Wildcats is amazing.
Wildcats.
Yes. We get to see her naked in Wildcats, actually. She's the bathtub shot with her naked in the
There's
bathtub.
a lot of good Goldie Hawn stuff out there.
Goldie Hawn is hilarious. She's one of the funniest people. I would say two of the most underrated comedians of all time, partially because they're women, partially because of they're not stand-up comics, are Goldie Hawn and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Madeline Kahn, flawless.
Madeline Kahn is also incredible. That's
flawless.
Let's say top 3 of the funniest women ever alive. Those three.
What's her name that did those?
Oh, also Joan Rivers.
What's her name that had that show for fucking ever? Carol Burnett.
Oh, Carol Burnett is unbelievable.
Not underrated at all.
No.
Betty White.
No, Betty not underrated. But some of those people are underrated.
Even Maud's pretty fucking hilarious.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I guess she isn't underrated either, but I think she is.
I mean, she's definitely not underrated. She had her own hit comedy show
with Veep
that she was able to as a star, but like a co-star for Seinfeld.
And she's 1/4 of one of the biggest sitcoms of all time.
Ever.
And she's part of Saturday.
She's not underrated.
She's part of Saturday Night Live. She's part of this, part of that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We'll be back next week again to talk about the next episode of Dunk and Egg. So if you haven't already, I mean, we could go on, but I know Joe's probably got food waiting for him somewhere.
I do. The kitties do too. They're the ones that are really. Statues tried to drag me away like 7
I know. I can only keep Joe for 2 hours. That's basically my limit with him. So everybody, if you haven't already, and you enjoyed this shit, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm losing my voice, but it's okay.
Stay away from Foster's. and salted hard beef.
I definitely need to stay away from that hard beef, Joe. I love Joan Rivers. I still miss her. I miss Fashion Police. I wish Joan Rivers was alive right now. She would be much needed in this universe. Chris, you're amazing. Mannequin. Oh.
I love that movie.
I love it too.
I used to watch we would go to the movie store and I'd make them rent it for me like once every couple of months. From Pornographics.
That was definitely one of those movies I would watch over and over again.
Yep.
I mean,
especially the flash from the furrow.
Let's be real. Kim Cattrall is one of the most attractive people ever to be in cinema.
She's in Porky's.
Yeah, Kim
the moaning fucking cheerleading coach.
And her on Sex and the City. Kim Cattrall is
fucking awesome.
Is one of the most attractive people ever to be on television and movies.
I love her so much.
I'm sorry, I can't.
She's the only celebrity I ever wrote a letter to, but I never got to that. I was like when Mannequin.
Well, Wildcats better than diamond rings. Football.
Oh yeah, big dig tomorrow. Big dig.
Oh fuck, I'm not looking forward to digging out tomorrow, Joe. I digged a little bit today, and I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. But I am looking forward to eating after I dig out tomorrow. It's gonna be amazing. Revenge of the Nerds, a movie that couldn't be made out today. Couldn't be made today.
Could be, but it would have to be made very different.
The good guys set up spy cameras to spy on the girls.
The cheerleaders.
And the main guy sexually R-worded the main star and then married her afterwards.
Yeah, because she loved it.
Or because he pretended to be her boyfriend, and then she realized nerds are good at sex, so she was okay with it. Like, what? Football. Good night, everybody.
You drumming?
What was that? No, not in this one.
I know that's your thing.
This is this dude Dawn. I'm not that good.
When you get a new drum set, you have to give me your old one.
One day.
Doesn't have another instrumental set.
Okay, we are